Hello, traders, and welcome to the market opening preview on a Wednesday, March 16th, 2016. Traders, it's hump day, the middle of our trading week. Great to be with you in the Asia session as I record this. Got some great charts for you today. I think we got some good price action yesterday, and it looks like we're just going to have a continuation of what happened yesterday. So, some really good stuff. We'll talk about data that's being released today, and I think that's going to be a big factor in our trading today. So we need to be really alert on what's going on in the economic calendar. Traders, this is brought to you through FXCL. FXCL Excellence in Trading. Please come visit our website at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. All right, traders, for those of you who don't know me, let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday, and I'm your moderator for the Market Opening Preview Series every single trading day before the London Open. Like I said, traders, I do record this during the Asia session. So if you're looking at this and you're in the European session, you just got to go back about 10 or 12 candles, and you should be able to see where I started the presentation. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006. In 2008, I retired from a wonderful 27-year career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida in the United States. 9 days later, I came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday. Well, traders, I'm in my 8th year, and I'm still here in Asia and absolutely love it. And I love the time zone. It's great to trade all 3 sessions and still get a good night's rest. However, the New York session isn't long. I'm only in the New York session about 2.5 hours and 3 hours at the most. And now that they've switched to daylight savings time last week, I can do 3 hours, and that brings me up to about 11:30. So that's really great as I get up about 5:30. So that gives me my good 6.5 hours sleep, and that's all I use. And then we're off to the races. Traders, I do use fundamentals in my trading decisions. I'm very aware of what's going on around the globe. I have a news feed that I listen to every day. I think it's vital that everybody has a news feed and knows what's going on globally in the economic world. A lot of times people get in front of microphones and it's not on your economic calendar. However, if you have a news feed, you will get that information. I like my news feed because the guy is talking when stuff comes out. If you get a news feed where you have to read it, that means you have to keep going back to your computer and read it, right? So I combine that with being a technician. I'd much rather be a technician. I love candlestick patterns, support, resistance, price action, price structure, price failure. I use all that stuff. I do use indicators. I will tell you that. On my Forex trading, I do use harmonics in my Forex trading. And on my options trading, I do use Ikimoku clouds for my options trading. I do use moving average, exponential moving averages. On these charts, you only see one, which is a 200 exponential moving average. But on my live charts that I trade with, I have also a 55 and a 10 exponential moving average. So that's how I trade. A little bit about myself. Let's get over to the risk disclaimer and get the legal stuff out of the way. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex market. Traders, most importantly, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results, i.e., meaning when you're on a demo account for 3 months and finally go to a live account, you will see a change in your trading. Why? Because you're going to be glued to that profit loss box because now you have live money on the table and your mind thinks differently. So we've all been through it and you will get over it. Back in the day when you couldn't take your PL off your live charts, today you can take the PL box out of there. I used to place sticky notes on my screen so I couldn't see the PL box. So I can concentrate on my trading and not worrying about the money situation. Okay? So it's good risk management. All right, let's talk about some news and commentary. Let's see how the markets closed yesterday. The Dow 30 closed positive 0.13%. The S&P 500 closed at negative 0.18%. And the NASDAQ also was negative 0.45%, with the small cap 2000 also negative 1.58%. Traders, let's head over to the Eurozone and see what's going on over there. And all I see is a bunch of red. The DAX closed negative 0.56%. The FTSE 100 out of London closed negative 0.56%. The CAC 40 out of Paris closed negative 0.75%. And the Eurostoxx 50 closed negative 0.77%. Traders, let's come on over to Asia. Let's see how all markets are doing. Currently, remember that these markets are currently trading, as the Asian markets are in full force at the moment. The Nikkei 225 is negative 0.51% at the moment. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is positive 0.03%. The China 850 is positive 0.55%. It just changed right in front of my eyes. And the Hang Seng out of Hong Kong is positive 0.21%. And the Kospi out of Seoul is currently positive 0.27%. So that's what's going on in the indices. Let's take a look at the economic calendar. If it will work today, and of course it's not going to do its thing, is it? It worked 20 minutes ago. It's not working today. All right, traders, let me take a little shot here and see if we can get this to work. Give me just a second here. All right. Well, unfortunately, my economic calendar is not doing what it's supposed to do. So I do not have. I know there's a lot of data coming out today. I looked at it like an hour ago, and there is data in all three sessions. So please keep that in mind. Let's see if we go to this. We've got anything here. What do we got here? Okay. Wow, this is the first time, eh? All right. So I don't have an economic calendar that's available to me right here because I'm doing this on my laptop, and I'm not in my office because it's early in the morning for me. So please check your economic calendar because mine is not working. But I did see it an hour ago, and there is a lot of data coming out. I think the big one is we have policy minutes and a rate statement out of the BOJ today, right, in the Asia session. So take a look at that. It's going to be, I think it's 22:30 hours on Wall Street, and that would be 10:30 a.m. in Thailand. So just keep an eye on that. Commentary is I looked at the charts and I was really surprised to see how price action reacted. Some pairs moved very nicely and some pairs just went sideways. However, to me, it looks like it's just a continuation. And I think that's a really good thing. It's not like all over the place. So we have a little bit of consistency going into today. So let's get started and we'll start off with the euro dollar. The euro dollar is one of the pairs that just moved sideways, right? So, I want this to pull back up to this R1 pivot, and we could take profit. We're going to enter it at 1.1152, and we'll take profit at 11.15, which is at the daily pivot point. As you can see, price is below the daily pivot point. So I'm looking for a pretty healthy pullback, as you can tell. I do not want to trade this here. Look left of the chart, traders. There is a lot of Forex junk there. There's a lot of support and resistance areas. There's a lot of decision and indecision candles there. And it's going to be a fight if you take a trade now here because you have no idea what this is going to do. So we want this to break up to the upside, and then we want the US dollar to kick in and bring us down. So hopefully in Asia, this at some point will bring us out of this mess and we can sell it. Like I said, we're going to sell it at 1.1152, and we're going to take profit at 1.1115. So it's about a 35 pip trade, small trade, if it works. I'm not sure it's going to work, traders. We'll have to wait and see. All right, here's the pound. What a great move yesterday. Really nice trade yesterday. This is the way I like to trade. This is my perfect trade setup right here. What did I do? I put the Fibonacci tool on the chart. I'm looking for a pullback to the 50% or the 38.2% Fibonacci level at 1.4220 and wait for bearish candlestick formation, and we'll sell it and we'll take profit at 1.4148. Now, we know the pound does not like doing pullbacks, so there's a very good possibility that price action is just going to continue down and not give you that pullback. So you're going to have to be aware of that, and you're going to have to watch your charts to make sure you don't miss the entry. Entries are going to be pretty vital today. Like I said, there's a lot of data coming out. So entries are going to be vital, and you're going to have to be patient. I said this yesterday that, I'm seeing that a lot of price action is happening after the New York lunch, and is happening late in New York. Well, unfortunately for me, that's between like 1 in the morning and 4:15 in the morning. So, yeah, that's, I'm not around for that. So, but for those of you who are trading the New York session, you're really fortunate because the New York afternoons have really done really great price action. So just keep that in mind. So let's just hope this pulls back to our 38.2 or 50% Fibonacci level, and we'll sell it. Look for the bearish candlestick formation, get some confirmation, and we will sell it. All right, let's take a look at the Aussie. Good to see the Aussie's back in its trend. It's back bearish again where it should be. And I know I said that this was bullish, and that was due to the daily chart. And it still might be. This just might be a correction. Okay, so what we want this to do is we want this to pull back to the 200 exponential moving average. Also, the resistance zone, which is that yellow line, which is an EA. And we want to enter this at about 0.7485. And we're going to take this profit at the S2 reversal pivot point at 0.7433, which will give us a nice 52 pip trade. So we're just going to have to wait and see what happens here. Really, there's, other than the BOJ data coming out, I'm sorry, it's not the BOJ, it's China data coming out. It's China, it's not the BOJ. My apologies. So we're just going to have to watch this Aussie really close. Okay, you got to watch it really close, and we'll see how it goes. Alrighty. Really simple trade plan, though. Really simple. Now let's take a look at the Euro Aussie. You remember I said this on Monday about this Euro Aussie. This Euro Aussie, once it gets in a different direction, it has a hard time stopping, right? So we talked about this possibly just continuing to the upside, and that's exactly what it did. However, now it's at the R2, so I put a trend line in there, and that's a 4-touch trend line, so that's a really valid trend line. And we want to see this break the trend line, give it a retest, and then get a bearish candlestick formation. We'd like to get in at like 1.4874, somewhere in that area, and we're going to get out at that hard support. Look at that support we got there. We got that green line, that 200 exponential moving average, and we have our support zone, which is that yellow line. So we'll get out at 1.4811. So, this is a nice 68 pip trade, if price action will work for us. This might just bounce off this trend line and continue up. It's a very good possibility, but we'll have to watch it. This is not an Asia trade. You have to wait for London Open to get into this one. All right, let's take a look at the Euro Yen. Euro Yen, we are in a sweet spot right here. This is just a perfect chart. We just want to sell this right now. If we get a bearish candlestick, just enter the sell trade on this pair right now. Yes, we want to sell this at 125.74. We're at resistance of the 200 exponential moving average. And we're going to take profit at our support zone at 125.11. Again, we're looking at a 60-plus pip trade. And it's already given us our pullback. It's already proved itself. Now we just need to get the bearish candlestick, and we can enter this for a sell trade. All right, another one that did really well yesterday, really surprised me when I looked at my charts, and that is the New Zealand dollar. New Zealand dollar did really nice. This was an easy trade plan to set up. All I did was I fibbed from the bottom to the top. And I always get emails, people telling me I don't know how to use fibs. It's called a reverse fib, folks. The reason is because I want the 161.8 fib on the bottom, okay? Because it's a sell trade. Now, you can't see it on the slide because it's below it. However, you always want the 161.8 fib showing So it's always a great take profit area, but we don't need it because if we can get in at 0.6644 and get out at 0.6595, that's over a 50 pip trade. And if it keeps going, that's great. But we've got to get up to this fib level of the 38.2, and then we can take this back down. And the Kiwi's good about pullbacks, so I don't think we're going to have a problem here. Again, there's a possibility it's just going to keep on going down, and you have to adjust to that. And I wouldn't do anything in Asia with this because of that China data coming out, and I would wait till that data came out before you did anything because this pair could possibly react to that. All right, traders, I am only 45 seconds over my limit today. I'm doing better. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, we'd like to thank you for joining me today. And traders, always remember to trade smart and not hard. Traders, also come visit our website at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, have a great trading day, and we'll see you in about 24 hours. Take care now. Bye-bye.